Guys, Professor Fat Shady from the University of Trials, and this is the big one. Trials HD is now available on backwards compatibility to Xbox One. PlayStation people, PC people, it's hard to feel bad because I'm so happy about this. I'm sorry, I know you guys can't play this stuff, but you know what? For anyone who had this on 360, it's now on Xbox One, and I cannot wait to check it out. If you want to find out how to get it, just go down to My Games and Apps. So if you already owned it digitally, which actually there was a disc-based version, so I suspect the one with Explosion Man you probably play as well. But if you go to this little section, you'll see the game in the thing, install it, it appears on here, 800 meg download, and I believe that's actually including all the DLC. So this is the full game. The full game. As I understand it, Microsoft have run this through a 360 emulator that I believe is now sort of embedded within the Xbox One's software, whatever, no tech genius. But this is effectively a full working version of it on the Xbox 360, but available on here. Interestingly, if people aren't aware of this, on the Xbox One controller, you've got these two little side buttons. They used to be back and start. I don't even know what they're called now. But if you press both at the same time, it actually brings up the Xbox 360 start menu or whatever you want to call that stuff. So I thought that's a handy tip if anyone doesn't know how to do that. As you can see, for whatever reason, I'm not on Xbox Live on the 360 emulator, but I am on the Xbox One console. So something's gone wrong, leaderboards will be stuffed up, I don't care, I'm playing Trials. Funnily enough, now this is available, I think I may have to try and work on those 4 platinum medals, but they were nightmare-ish when I did them. I have no plan for this video. I am in love with this game, and I'm just going to play. So many good memories, seriously. Oh, is my green screen stuffing up? Sorry. Look at this. How's this for ghetto? I have a little magic little light. I have one little shadow patch on my green screen that I have to put a separate light in for. Honestly, this game. Actually, where was the... so the secret. So secrets. So that's... Oh, no. I didn't want to catch fire. I think this is my... Oh, same thing again. I'm sure there's a secret here. Don't catch fire. Damn it. Oh no. I think you can go down there. But everything just works. Now actually, funnily enough, I'm running it through a capture card. So I've heard reports, no frame rate issues or anything like that. I'm getting a couple little weird things, but I think that's more my setup than anything else. And this poll, the amount of people that died on that poll. Alright, so I'm going to see if that sets up a leaderboard record now. Yeah, so, yeah, okay. Something wrong with that. But the cool thing is, all my stuff's, like all my medals and everything have carried across, so I think and once that online stuff works, I think the time should be good. Over. Yes. You gotta go. Oh no, yep. So good. Actually, I'll tell you, Groundhog Begins, this track as a speedrun, wow. It's funny how different the physics are on HD. That's the one. Oh no, gotta go lower. And he's bouncier. It's funny, I've never been able to explain the difference in physics. I want to see if I can do a half decent run on this. Don't think I can. It's gonna take a lot of getting used to. You gotta do like a... yeah. Oh, actually, yeah, sorry. I'm going through trying to remember how these speedruns worked. So small there, you kind of want to do a flick slide thing there, but you brake there, you go over the top, rear wheel hop, up, over, do that a bit better, over the finish line. Yeah, that you can do in like, I think I was doing that in about 19 seconds. It's gonna take so long to get used to it. I'm so keen now to just, yeah. And for anybody who's got into Trials, I guess, later, I mean, this to me was my first Trials game, right? And I've talked about this before. This was my first Trials game. Like I was talking to my son. How's this, right? I was talking to my son, who's now a little, what? He turned 7 last month, right? Trials HD came out, and I was playing it when he was 6 months old. Maybe 7, 8, 9 months old. Before his first birthday, I was playing Trials HD, and I've got photos of me when him as a, you know, couple of month old baby, sort of, you know, resting on my chest while I'm sitting there with a 360 controller in my hand, kicking back playing Trials. And it's astonishing for me to look back at a 7-year-old human and to think that as long as he's been in my life, Trials has been. Over that. Here, bound. Oh, no. Oh, but remember, you can hit your head on the ground. Not hard, but it's not the... I don't think it was the end of the world. So this is another incredible track. To speedrun this, you kind of get this little spring off there. You want to get a bounce, you want to hit that. You want to hit that on the downhill. Here you do a little flick jump, land there, another, nah, stuff that. Oh, the physics. And it's funny, at the time, the physics were like amazing and world class. Like I look at how much more refined Evo was and Fusion is. It's on another level compared to this stuff. Oh, the donkey. Is this the, oh, this is the good donkey too. I probably make some people grumpy, but I'm not a huge... I love the donkey concept. I don't like the look of the last few donkeys. I think the donkey in this game was, and still is, the best one. Oh, I went for it. I'm gonna go donkey next track. Yeah, look at it. Me. So good. So hard to ride. Yeah, so if I can, I've just actually reached out to someone today. I've got a couple of people that I know that can possibly help me with the stream setup. So yeah, if I can, I kind of wanted to show them this game. But anyway, look, this is just, this video is purely for me. I mean, I wanted to alert people to the fact that the game is out. Remind everyone about just how awesome it was. I mean, and it's funny, like, so I think I've told this story a stack of times before, right? But like, I was in Helsinki at the bloody Red Link's developers office a couple of months ago. Humble brag, hashtag. But like I said to them, I'm like, I would be happy if you went back into a warehouse. Like I know this whole setup was, I guess, created almost out of necessity for memory, and I guess just for, you know, pushing the sort of 360 as much as they could. I loved it. I think this game works really well in a warehouse setting or a confined space setting. I think it works great in Evo, and I mean that was mind-blowing when that sort of, the doors opened up in one of those trailers and you got to see this whole world ahead of you. Was great, and and yeah, the flexibility and freedom. I mean, this, I guess, this design was somewhat confined to a certain sort of style, but the custom tracks that came out of this were still incredible. So yeah, man, I'm happy in a warehouse. Warehouse for life. But look at this donkey, man. It's rideable. And that was the thing too. Sometimes there was like, I think. Oh, look. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm thinking about, right? Now I'm not going to be able to safely land this, but in Fusion, for example, there'd be a fail zone. Like straight away. So this is hard on the donkey. Like I'd fail halfway down that space, whereas now, I kind of want like physics to tell me when I fail, not just because I've hit an invisible sort of fail zone. Oh, come on. Yeah, this bike is awesome. Oh, and there's a DLC. Oh, look. Rooftop. Actually, it was Aftershock. Oh, this one's a good track. This is going to be horrible on Donkey. This is like it's called Bouncy Castle because you just bounce. But to get the timing right. Oh. Yeah. Damn donkey. Oh, and by the way, I haven't put out video in a little while. Yeah, primarily because I'm in the process of selling my house, buying a new house, ordered a new car, and there's heaps of stuff happening at my work. So if you are wondering why the channel's gone a bit quiet, my life is crazy. It's all good stuff, but just crazy. Like I've still got paint and stuff all over my hands from painting half my house over the last week. Oh, by the way too, Ninja Knowledge, Oso, our good friend of University of Trials, Associate Professor Oso, is also actually doing a lot of stuff himself, so he will be putting out more Ninja Knowledge at some point. I've been pretty clear to say to him, don't feel pressured into doing whatever, just put up videos when you want, it's all good. But there's more coming. I definitely want to see more Ninja Knowledge stuff happening, and I know that was very well received by the students of the University of Trials. So it's funny, at the moment I'm kind of just playing around with this track, but and honestly, I don't know if with this physics and everything, I will get back to the level I was. Like, even though my skill in Trials has greatly improved, I would say, since the HD days. So I think like my skill should have gone up, but the physics is so different. So I really think in Evo, like when I did the Out of the Pit video, oh, I remember this. Nice. I did the Out of the Pit video recently, and I managed to it's a good track. Managed to beat my record after about 20 minutes, right? And I think that's because the skills translate pretty well between Evo and Fusion. The physics here are so different. Like, they're still great, but they're just very different. Oh, I remember speedrunning this track for days. This has got a great line, actually. It's hard to see it straight away. Yeah, there you go, the upper path, I'm pretty sure. I think I'll try this one on the bike. I don't even know what I was talking about. Yep, I think gotta get off the donkey and have a play with this one. So, maybe the one thing I will say in the comments, let me know favorite Trials HD memories. This is all about nostalgia. Backwards compatibility is all about nostalgia, right? Yeah, what was it about HD? Oh, this one. I was actually trying to I was on the 360 only recently, and I was trying to set records on this one. Now this is my problem. I don't remember my times. So that leaderboard connectivity is a problem at the moment, but I don't know if it's isolated to me. So let me know if you've been able to connect to your leaderboards. But yeah, I was only doing this on 360 probably only a few weeks ago. I was thinking about making a video on it and doing a sort of a speedrun thing. Ended up not pressing record on the video and just sat here for about 20 minutes running the track. Oh, it's so much bouncier. You know what I'm gonna have to do now though? I think it's time for extremes. And this is the problem, so for this video, because I've already made videos on this channel for me going through all the hard and extreme tracks. I forgot. I've done all the hard and extreme tracks. I kind of didn't want this video to also just be that. But they are what I enjoy, so... Nice. Remember that. You get a little bit over awesome on the jump, and you kind of crash. Eee. I can't. Yeah, seriously, I don't remember any of these lines properly. Nah, so I think you want the middle one. Yeah, because I think if you go in the middle one, you can jump straight through the finish line without even having to drive. What I want. All right, come on. Ah, but let's get physical. I'm not a big fan of physics-based tracks. There was something about this one that just seemed to have the right mix of really tough. Like look at this little thing. You do that, but if you get your back wheel down here, you can make the ramp go. You got to not hit your head there, but then power, brake off this ramp. You got to go slow here to get that ramp up to knock that one, and then you go up here, brake with your front wheel to go down, then here, and then stop on this ramp without going too far. Oh! But what a like! And this is the thing. So I don't like these super jumps and ramps and all this other physics stuff. Like, it really sometimes feels unpredictable. This track just managed to have heaps of like physics-based stuff, but it was just so consistent and so predictable. It was a joy to ride. There we go. Brake. Oh, and this is the problem. You're right on the edge, and you kind of got to use the physics to your advantage. Oh, like, see what I mean? So when you do this flip here, you've got to pay attention to get your front wheel up, but you can't backflip. Like, it's magnificent, honestly. You don't want to go too far back, but you want your front wheel to be up. To do all these transitions in one go, right? So I want the front wheel to be up there, jump, brake a little bit there, launch, but you don't want to go too high. But that's, see, I had too much arch there. And then that didn't hit fast enough. Man, you know what? They should make a buddy the making of. I want to see behind the scenes. I don't think I've ever seen much in the way of behind the scenes videos from Red Links. Hey, there's a job for me. Maybe they'll just let me go and live in their offices for a few months, and we'll do a making of the next trials. That'd be cool. Yeah, pay me money for that, Red Links. But yeah, like, I reckon, like, the day they were doing the like audio recording for Trials HD, the songs, the voices and stuff, I reckon that would be so much fun to see. Like, imagine that was your job. Ugh. Nah, that wasn't the right. Do it a little bit more aggressive. Now pretend that you've got an I-beam land on your face. I'm not gonna get a job doing voice recording, that's for sure. Oh, come on. Nah. I can't. I don't know what to say about this. It was one of the first tracks that introduced like lots of physics things, and it's one of the only ones that I actually like the execution of. Again, see, I guess it was frustrating the speedrun. Don't get me wrong, but you kind of didn't feel. And this was, I guess, what to me Trials has always been about, is that you want to make heaps of mistakes, but you want them to feel like your mistakes, right? Not the mistake of the development team, or some lazy tester, or, you know, some buggy, glitchy sort of physics. You want to feel like you've done something wrong, as weird as that is. What do you reckon? I'll go check that message? It'd be like, hey, did you know Trials HD's out? Are you playing Trials HD on Xbox One or 360? Oh no! Sorry, I get the notifications come through on my... Yeah, I get the notifications come through on my PC next to me. Where was it? That's funny. Oh, Carl. Yeah, I'll see what he says. And this is why I kind of wanted to live stream this and not this. I want to get caught up in all that excitement, man. All of us, like so many Trials people, are just sitting here right now, just going crazy. And it's probably not, you know, tens of thousands of us, but man, we're a committed bunch. What's he gonna say? How do I get it? I said, watch my damn video I'm just recording, oh Carl. Oh, here we go. Yep, nah, still, you gotta flatten that. Oh, no. Oh, overcompensated. I gotta say, man, I love this Trials community. It's just a bunch of cool people who are... who hate themselves just the right amount. Because really, this is a punishing game, but you kind of have to learn... Here we go. Rear wheel down. Yes, flatten them out. Brake. Don't front flip. Brake. Go. Brake. No! You just got to get that little bit upward angle. But what a great, like... Oh, here we go, watch. Face first. Yeah. What do you reckon? Oh my god, stock market. This is what I'm trying not to do the extremes. Alright, here we go. You do a tiny little flick here. Big jump. Front flip, land the rear wheel, and then you go all the way up over to that section. Tough little time saver, but huge in the scheme of things. Yeah, to get all the way up there. Yeah, this took me a long time. I can't remember if I was competing with someone on this or it was part of a competition I was doing. But man, I did so many runs to get that. And this is the problem with these time savers. Like when you get to that level where those time savers really make a difference, you do a front flip here. If you can't hit them consistently, it becomes really tough, because what happens is, let's say for instance 1 in 50 runs you hit a time saver properly, you've then got to finish that run, right? And if if it's only 1 in 50 you can start, it takes a long time to get a good run. And that's where I get frustrated with some of the top riders who seem to just more consistently get those time savers. It makes that whole exercise just so much more predictable and consistent. But again, it's skill. It's not... They don't do anything... Like, they've got no better bikes or anything. It's all skill. So, if they can do it consistently, they've figured out the more... I guess they've figured out the intricacies of what's required to hit those time savers. But, man... But... part of the reason that the University of Trials showed up is because a lot of the time you're only able to see someone's replay. You're only able to see their 1 in 50, 1 in 1,000 run, and it looks amazing. But you don't see the number of retries. And I mean, actually, that'd be an interesting thing to show on a leaderboard, to say, this guy's got a, you know, top 500 time, but he had 17,000 attempts to get it. Such a good track. Oh, actually, that track's even got some weird secret things. And this, honestly, the Groundhog series of tracks are some of my favorite to speedrun. Really difficult, technical. So you got to do like a front wheel flick there, lean forward, try and get over that. You want to hit this flat and not too high, but you want to do a slide up here, only little one. But you want to make it over this ramp, but then you want to brake to here, then you want to jump there, hit that flat. Yeah, honestly, the Groundhog tracks for speedrunners, I mean, there's some of the best lines, and it's funny, I talk about lines more than design, especially for HD, because as you see, I mean, it's just a warehouse setting, but some of the lines you got in these tracks were just spectacular. Oh, and you see too, you've actually got the 3 tracks in the same warehouse, so you can actually see Groundhog Begins in the background. And Forever is in the foreground, I think. Oh my god. Oh man. Oh man. Trip in the plywood. Now I did a video on this one because someone was asking if you could do a fender grab in Trials HD. And I went, yes. Bad example of one, but that was a fender grab. Yo, man. So that was a cool time saver for its day. Like, that's funny, they're kind of standard now. Like, people do them all the time to recover from stuff or time savers, but for its time, that was a revolutionary time saver. Over that in one hit, forward, flick, nah, missed it. Oh my god, it's just so good. I had a speed run with a mate, actually, so this track was cool. I think this is the problem. 250 Trials videos out, I've probably run out of things to talk about. Hopefully you haven't watched the one where I talked about this previously. I had a mate of mine who, to this day, has never really been a particularly, like, he's not a bad Trials rider, but he's never been, like, you know, going for leaderboards and was never really good at extremes. For one reason or another, when this game came out, we just got into this battle one night where we were just sitting on Xbox Live, chatting away in a party, just the two of us, and we're like, oh, what track are you playing? Oh, Rock and Drop. What do you? Oh, I'll do Rock and Drop as well. I just got 40 seconds. I just got 38 seconds. And we kind of just battled away. It ended up being this hyper-competitive situation where this guy, who normally would never be that persistent, maybe he just wanted to prove he could beat me, and I was doing the same thing, we ended up getting like top 30 or 40 times, I think. And like, I mean, for me at that time, that was still a big effort, but for him, it was an incredible effort because he'd never done anything in top 1,000 before that. So, that's the sort of Professor Fat Shady hot tip. Find someone you like enough to chat to, but hate enough where you really want to beat them, and challenge them to a Trials track, because it will make you a great rider. Flip, flip, flip. I don't want to say that's a decent time, but not horrible. Workshop of Secrets. Oh, this one with the upper line. This has a really good upper line too. Oh, that's right, because you got to stay in the lift. Yeah. So this is the hard thing. You got to floor it here, but stop before that, and then you oh no, no. Sorry. So yes, there's an upper path, and I used to think this was faster, right? So if you go over the top, you do like it is. I guess this is the fast, consistent path. That was a mistake. So when you're starting out and you want to get fast, you'll do this path a lot. Then you'll... okay, you got to hit that the straight part first. Oh, and then this stupid freaking... God, I hate that. I used to hit that heaps. Alright, so you got this upper path, and then you do this little front wheel flick. So as you get over here, you lean forward. You can... yeah, do that and finish the track. That upper path where you stay on the lift for a bit used to be fastest. And then I remember watching replays, and what people were doing is actually clearing that in one maneuver. So much harder to do. So you pretty much launch off that little angled piece, and this shows you the off there, but somehow clear that gap. And if you hit that in one smooth move, you can actually go to that top path. Really hard. Really hard to do. Took me ages to sort of figure it out, and I'm so rusty at these physics now. I'm not doing it anytime. Yeah, and that's the thing, you can't wait until that lift gets to the top, so you've got to time your run just perfectly. Yeah, you've got to get enough bounce off your rear wheel to hit that piece on the downward slope. Because you go all the way up to the top. It's... yeah, and this is the problem, right? So you've got to carry that momentum through. I'll try and do it here. Yeah, all the way up to the top there. But if you can catch it, so basically it just cuts out that part where you've got to wait in the lift to get to. You still use the upper path, which is quicker, but you kind of you don't have to wait for the lift anywhere near as much. So it takes another second or two off your time. I'm not going to sit here and try it because I remember when I was good at this game, it took me a while. This is the thing, right? Someone in the Red Links dev team would have realized that this was possible and then took the time to go back and put just a tiny little hint of an angled platform there, which isn't necessary to use, but they would have said, you know what, if we pull this off, if someone can pull this off, it's a time saver. I mean, because the thing is, these time savers, now some of them are there, here we go. Some of them are there by design, some of them are there by accident, but a lot of them are there by design, and they're actually quite surprising to think that just through running through this a lot, you start to find the quicker ways to do it. But you can just, I've always said, you can tell the level of playtesting that goes into the Red Links Trials tracks, because there's just so many different lines and so many little things that you can just see they've just gone, you know what, there's going to be 12 people who will pull off this time saver and they'll appreciate this thing or that thing. And instead of being 12 like it used to be, now it's hundreds of people. Woohoo! Oh, that's right. Oh, you gotta hit that. Oh, I remember this. I'd forgotten until now. This is the end, yeah. Honestly, what's wrong with the warehouse? Now, I just remembered. Oh. Yeah, this is medium. I haven't... See, this is the thing. I don't think I've shown medium tracks much on this channel. I guess it's the first time they did a track like this, and oh boy, did it mess with you. Trying to remember how to hit this now. Yep. Ah, you go over the top. Sorry. Oh. You're supposed to go over the top of that. Brake here. Try not to go too high. Oh, God, that would have hurt. What a cool looking track, right? Oh, this has got a you can go over the top there too. Again, these time savers are crazy hard sometimes. Throw back to your old school games. Oh, that's right. And you got the pressure of watching that domino thing over the top. Try not to hit you. Nice little, you see the coin pop up top? Oh. Ow. That's right, and I think you can... Kinda want to hit that boost now, because I vaguely remember there was something that happened. Oh, you know what? That's what it does. I think it brings that, yeah, it brings that down more. Alright, how am I going for time? Oh god, I'm running out of time. Alright, I'm gonna have to... I've got people coming to look at my house in like maybe half an hour. And this is where I spent all of my time. Not to say that I'm good at it now, but this is where I spent all my time. I can't believe I was trying to speedrun this. Like, this physics is crazy. That was a good recovery, at least. I hated this. This box ruined so many good runs for me. Still does. Oh no, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna go pilgrimage. I loved my first platinum. My platinum run on this was one of my sort of proudest achievements, because I can almost still remember how to do it. That was always a tough thing. I don't think I ever got that. Wow, man, my bunny hop game in this is sucky. And you know, what does this remind you of? This is like Meteor Rain. That uphill, and then this was literally a slope from hell. To try and hit a speed run, to platinum all this, and then manage to stick the landing and not go backwards? Yep! I don't even remember how to do it. Actually, I remember. I was gonna make. I think I remember actually thinking about making a video for this for my channel one night, and I remember sitting here. I got through the rest of the track, got to this point, and went, you know what? I'm not even trying to make a video. But yeah, so kids, if you're not a big fan of Yosemite, there we go. God, that was horrible. Yeah, if you're not a big fan of Yosemite, buy this game. Let me know. I would love to hear from people who. I mean, I would love everybody who watches my channel should have this already, and if you don't and have the means to get it, don't steal anything, don't do anything I wouldn't do. But if you have the means and the hardware to get this game, I would urge everyone to do that. If you're watching my channel, you love Trials, you should. Oh, you owe it to yourself, to be honest. But I would love to hear from people who have never played it to see what you think. Unfortunately, I think going backwards, in the same way that it was difficult for me to go from Trials 2, from Trials HD and Evo back to Trials 2nd Edition, I can imagine this would be a difficult transition for anybody to make. However, I still reckon you should. In the same way that I tell people to play Trials 2, just because I don't know, it's just, to me it's sort of like, I mean, let's use the track name from a second ago, it's sort of like a pilgrimage for me, like it's the sort of Trials pilgrimage. You've got to go back, you've got to play the old Flash games, you've got to play Trials 2. Yeah, I think you just need to experience the whole thing. But in much the same way as someone who's into hip-hop says they wish they were around in 1994, I was like 13, I was in 94 listening to hip-hop and it was the best time in the world. Yeah, there's something, you know, there's something special about, you know, being there in 2009 playing this that's sort of different to someone playing it now. You won't have the nostalgia and the thousands of hours of enjoyment. Oh my god, this rock wall. This was designed to stuff up a flow, to try and hit all of these little sections fast and then still be able to make that gap at the end. Not easy, man. And then, like, look at the sharpness of the angle. Like, the Red Links guys would never do stupid sharp angles like that anymore. But it's cool because, I mean, this is still where the development team were kind of still finding their way. I mean, yeah, they'd already made a bunch of games, but, you know, they're still experimenting with different stuff, and I guess they still are, really, when you look at all the stuff they're doing now. No. So they have like a cool little flip thing. Oh, that's right. Oh yeah, you can make that. What do you reckon? How are we on for time? Oh god. Did that go that quick? I genuinely did not realize it was like 45 minutes of playing Trials. Anyway, alright, I'm gonna wrap that up there. Look, it's got everything. All the DLC is there. All the tournaments are there. I'll show you. If anyone's curious about where my gold medals are, it is Ultimate League, Zero Fault 4 minutes 10, Fantasy Cup, Big Thrills, Countdown, and Nervous Breakdown. Big Thrills Countdown, I think, is the one that had a couple of the physicsy type ones I didn't like with the sort of jet propulsion things in it, and I found it way too inconsistent. But if anybody, to me, anybody wants to enter the sort of Trials awesomeness club, I think you need to hit something like Midnight Club and Test Your Might. I think it was. Those two things to me are the sort of, you know, close to my heart kind of achievements that I did. Yeah, crazy stuff. But anyway, tournaments, skill games, all the DLC, Actually, where are skill games? Oh, they're out here. Oh, yeah, see? Yeah. Put skill games out of the damn game. Yes. I like this. So awesome. Anyway, I gotta go. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Go out and buy Trials HD if you haven't already. Tell Oso to go and make some ninja knowledge videos. Don't be nice about it, but tell him. And that's about it. I'm kind of working behind the scenes on a couple of different bits and pieces, so if anything happens, I'll let you know. But keep making more. Let me know if there's any other videos you want me to cover. I'm going to be busy. Videos will be few and far between, but I will try and keep the odd video coming out from time to time. But yeah, thanks. Go play some Trials HD. Cheers.